Hey guys, I know today that we introduced a new concept called dimensional analysis, which is just a fancy way of saying unit conversions. And I wanted to just post a quick tutorial in case maybe you're struggling over the weekend as you do the practice problems, and to show you a quick tutorial on how to get this completed. I am going to post an additional worksheet on Google Classroom that has practice problems if you would like to use them. The homework is optional, but I highly encourage it just so that you can get some practice in. Please do not worry about page 2, the back side of the sheet I gave you in class today. That's really pushing the level, and I don't think that we are at that stage yet. Just worry about the front page, the one that we started on, and the worksheet that I'm posting on Google Classroom. It's a little bit more difficult than the front side of the worksheet you got today. It kind of takes it up a notch, but it's not as difficult as the back side of the page I gave you in class. So real quick, let's start with a super easy one. This one that we're going to do, let's do number 4 on the worksheet that I gave you today in class. So for this one, we're going to be trying to figure out how many quarts are in 10 gallons. So how many quarts are in 10 gallons? Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down the unit that you're solving for. So we're solving for quarts. So quarts is equal to, so the first thing we say is, what am I solving for? We write that down. Then we think, well, what do I know? This particular problem gave you a unit conversion. It told you that, this one told you that 4 quarts are in 1 gallon. So you would have a unit conversion chart, something to start you off with. So if we know that 4 quarts are in 1 gallon, well, quarts always goes up here. Since that's what we're solving for, that gets put up top. And we know that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. We're solving for gallons. We're solving for quarts. So then the gallons need to go up here. Gallons is what we know. So we know we've got 10 gallons, and we're trying to determine how many quarts we have. So over here goes the 10 gallon. 4 times 10 is 40, divided by 1. Now we have to go back and get our units. The gallons cancel out. We're left with quarts. So 40 quarts equals 10 gallons. Okay, so that's a little bit of a simpler one. Now I'm going to go to the last one, which is on the worksheet that I'm going to post on Google Classroom. So on this one, you're converting from inches to miles. So as you can already figure out, there's going to be another extra step in this one because we probably don't know how to go straight from inches to miles. We don't, off the top of our heads, we don't typically know how many inches are in 1 mile. But we do know how many feet are in 1 mile. So this time, we're looking for miles. And we have 22,647 inches. So that's our problem that we're solving this time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down what I'm solving for. I'm solving for miles. Okay, so miles is equal to, the one that I'm solving for goes up here. And we have to figure out, so what do I know? So we know that 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. That's what we do know. So our goal here is to get to inches. We're not there yet, we're just at feet. We have to try to figure out a way to get to inches. Since we're at feet, I feel like we're going to get there pretty quickly now. So feet goes up here. So whatever's here goes here, whatever's here goes here. So now what do I know about feet and inches? Remember, the whole goal is to find a way to get to inches. We're in feet. Well, we definitely can figure out a way to get to inches now, because we know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Now we're at inches, which is our whole goal. So now we can go ahead and throw up the value that we're looking for, 22,647 inches. And now we solve. So we do 1 times 22,647 is 22,647 divided by 5,280 times 12. And that is I believe that was 63,360. Now we have our division problem. We solve, and when we solve that and we round, we get about 0.357 inches. I'm sorry, miles. So let's just go back so we can make sure we get our unit correct. And we know we have 0.357, so let's go back. Our feet cancel out right here, and our inches cancel out right here. And we are left with miles. So 0.357 miles. Okay? And you have to look at it and say, well, does it make sense? So inches is a smaller unit than a mile. So we would expect our value to get lower since we're going from inches to miles. If your value would have been greater, then you would probably be able to conclude that you've done something wrong, because that wouldn't make sense. So always ask yourself in a math problem, does my answer make sense? And yes, this answer does make sense. So these have a little bit extra stuff into them, and they are very similar. These are the ones that I posted on the Google Classroom. The ones on the front page of the worksheet from today, those are very simple. Start there. When you feel like you've mastered those, move on to the worksheet from the Google Classroom, and we'll keep practicing this. If you have questions, just email me and let me know, and we can get together during class or after school and give you some extra practice if you need it, okay? Email me if it's a simple thing that you think I can answer in an email, and I can even, tell you if you got them correct. Have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see you guys on Monday so we can finish our egg drop.